Hello everybody. Today we're going to be working on a new letter style in calligraphy, a different letter style, and you should all have picked up your calligraphy pens at this point. If not, I hope you have one at home, or you can start this when you do pick up your pen. It's due in a week, so you'll have a little time to work on this. Sorry, not a week. Anyway, our next class. So this is called Insular script. If you remember, Insular has to do with the British Isles, right? So this is a sort of people call it Celtic script or unsealed script. But this is the type of calligraphy that was used in, for instance, the Book of Kells. So it's a very different kind of look than the Gothic that we did last year, which was based on straight lines and very spiky. This is based on curved lines, and you'll see that it has sort of a harmony of its own. So I'm going to lay this out. We're going to use this calligraphy pen or one like it if you have a pen that will work. And once again, we're going to lay out some lines here that are 4 pen widths wide. Now yours on your worksheet are already laid out for you, so you don't have to do that. But you can print those out multiple times, do all the practice that you want. So I'm going to get started on this, and I'll come back to you. So a lot like the Gothic that we did last year, there are just a few marks you need to learn to get started doing Insular script. And once you get those few marks, you should be off and running. So the first one, the most basic, good one to start with would be just the short vertical this way. And you're keeping your pen, you remember last year, we're holding it at a 45-degree angle. And we just move straight down this way. I'm a little wobbly there. I'm going to do a different one. Like that. And then for this style, you can come back here and then make a little spur like that on there. So that's a good sort of vertical. This one's a little cleaner, like that. So the other one would be a diagonal. And with this diagonal, you've got a little bit of a curve at the beginning and the end. So you start out like this. So they're almost like little waves. This is a good one. So you might want to practice those before you get started. And then you also have the curved lines for letters like O and G and D and things like that. So again, 45 degrees, you just pull it on around this way, that half moon shape, and then come back and complete it this way. So that is worth practicing too. Now these pens that we're using this year, these are felt tip markers. So if you move them too slowly, you end up with a sort of a blotchy line because the ink is just going to keep flowing into the paper, right? So try to make those marks. That last O was pretty good. Try to make those marks as quickly and decisively as you can, and not to take too long. So you want to keep the pen moving that way. So I'm going to start with the first line of letters that you see on your exercise sheet there. You may have noticed on some of these that there are some things that are quite different from the Gothic. For one thing, the capital letters are the same as the lowercase letters. Now, you might not have seen that yet, but there is no separate set of capitals. So this is why the small L looks a lot like the large uppercase L. The N doesn't resemble the M. It looks like a capital N. These are a little bit wobbly. This is sort of a new exercise for me this year. I haven't done it in a while in an unfamiliar pen. But you can see there are times when you have to rotate your pen and hold it at a different angle. So the cross bars here on the E and the F, you have to turn your pen sideways to get a nice thin line. And then you finish it out with a little diamond shape. Same thing with the letter N here. You have to rotate your pen around this way to get a nice thin line. So kind of keep an eye out for that on this worksheet and these different letters.